Hello, my name is Eric Carlson. I'm with the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering here at SDSU. I'm doing undergraduate research in the Signal Processing Research Laboratory, and this is for a EE 499 course. Today I'm going to be showing a tutorial which is a follow-up on a written tutorial on how to do an audio spectrogram on a Xilinx Virtex 5 FPGA board, and this model is the ML506. So first I'm going to take you through the hardware portion of this, and then later on we're going to look at the software side, coding with ISE as well as Impact, and then after we're going to come back and look at our output through the monitor that's connected. And so that brings us into our hardware setup. So first, talking about the monitor, we have our digital video output or connection, which goes to our monitor that's off screen. And then next we have our platform cable USB 2. I'll hold that up. And it's ribbon. I'm using an adapter here. Later labs may use a different JTAG device, but here I'm using the platform cable USB 2. A good indication if this is working and your board's able to be programmed is when you turn it on and the light turns green. So that means it will connect to Impact and you'll be able to send your .bit program onto the board. Next we have our serial connection. This is optional. This just will come up with the menu once you first start up the board. If you don't have your monitor connected, that's a good way to test. Here we have our microphone in. I'm using my pair of headphones. And then lastly, we have our power in. So I'm going to start up the board. Move this over. So this configuration of the LEDs tells us that our flash drive is ready to be programmed onto. There's an example in the written tutorial of when this is not, or when you don't have a connection with your flash drive, and there's a solution in another tutorial that's linked in this written tutorial. And so I'll move this up and we can look at, so this is just the generic, once you start up the FPGA board, this is just a menu that comes up. It's able to be controlled with the GPIOs. And then we're gonna open up our ISE. Okay, so we are in our ISE project navigator. So I have, it's taking a second to load, but I have renamed this project that you can find in the tutorial files as just project. I have run it. The code does work. Again, ISE, the project navigator, it's for testing the code and getting the top bit output so then that we can run that into Impact. So we'll just run through this real quick. Again, I've already run this, so I know everything works. Not a lot you have to do in ISE. Feel free to look through the code. This is our settings for our FPGA. You just want to make sure that your ISE pack is able to support the Virtex 5 device. So here you can see, the family, the device name, its package, and then its speed. Try to have your stuff look like this. This code is programmed in VHDL. So take a look here. So we can see, again, there's some warnings with the implementation of the design and the synthesis, but again, the program generates a file, so we're all good there. And we can take a look at the code real quick too. So here's our top level code. Again, we are not going to run through the design of this code
and this tutorial, but feel free on your own time to run through it and understand it. This is more getting understanding of the FPGA board itself, and getting things set up and using Impact. So with that being said, we're going to move on to Impact. Here we go. So we'll open up Impact. It's going to take a second to load. Cancel. So we're going to first double click our boundary scan, then right click to add our device. Something I like to do is just every single time, and make sure your board is on at this point, is to cable auto connect. Perfect. So you see here that we have no errors with our cable, and that the device is, the FPGA is connected to the computer through our platform cable USB. And if not, you can always head over to cable setup. Again, just click here. This is the one that we're using. This is fine for the baud rate, whatever comes up. And our port, it's the only port that's being able to be selected. Okay, so again, no errors down here. So if it's your first time opening up Impact and connecting the board, probably best that you right click and do cable setup. Next, we're going to want to initialize our chain. So here's our chain. For these first four, the XC F32P, and again the XC F32P, the XC95144XL, and the XCCACE. Keep those all as bypass, so we're going to just go through and bypass, 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 bypass. And you'll know this is our device. If you can see, the XC5VSX50T should be the same that comes up when you are initializing your, not initializing your chain, I'm sorry, in your Xilinx, right? So device name, just to confirm our device, our FPGA's name. Next, we're gonna have, once you run that code, or within the file that's provided on the document, it will have this ML506 top level bit. You're just gonna want to open that. This, just say no. So here again, run through, verify. I just say okay. Perfect. So then right click, program, and let me pull up the camera. So it's executing our command. It says program succeeded, and we'll run it through one more time. This is what your initialized chain should look like. Don't worry about the system ACE or any of these here. And again, the code. Go to the project. Again, your device when setting up this program. When you open up this file for the ISE, it should just instantly come up, so no stress. And there you go.
Once the initialized chain is programmed onto the FPGA board, your monitor will come up like this. And so these are the final steps of the tutorial. So your middle GPIO records, and so we'll record something now. Hello, hello. So you can see as it records, it just refreshes. Hello, 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 hello. And then if we press our left GPIO, it will show a playback up to 8 seconds of the audio spectrogram. There we go, there's some whistles, and then the right GPIO will just clear it, just so you have a clear recording screen. Thank you for watching this tutorial on the Virtex 5 ML506 FPGA board and the tutorial on the audio spectrogram. In the description below, there will be a document of the written out version of kind of what we talked about today with accompanying pictures, as well as common problems that I've ran into, sources that also have some projects, different projects if you want to continue to test your knowledge with these FPGA boards or just want to do another experiment. So yeah, thank you. Have a great day.